Hello everybody and welcome to our webinar on Internet Member Services Customization. My name is Mark Werber. I'm the Director of Association Management Software, and joining me today is Nicole Harris, the AMS Support Supervisor. Hi Nicole.
Hi Mark, and hello everybody.
This webinar is coming to you live from our multimedia studios here in Simi Valley, California. Nicole and I are flanked by Mark Boatman, our multimedia specialist. He's turning the knobs behind the scenes, and our marketing coordinator, Sabrina Freilich. The version of Magic we will be using for the presentation is 9.28.14. If you have not upgraded to the latest and greatest version, you may see a difference from your version and the version we are using here today. To ensure the most efficient Magic experience, please contact our support staff to schedule your free upgrade. Now let's get started and talk about our featured topic, Internet Member Services Customization. On today's agenda, we're going to cover what is IMS, the available services, how to customize your configuration settings, advanced customization of IMS, getting help, followed by a question and answer session, and then a new topic called Rapattoni News.
So what is IMS, or Internet Member Services? I think this explanation says it perfectly. It is a powerful tool that brings many of your association services right to your members' desktops. IMS can function as a virtual assistant. Agents can perform tasks that they'd normally call the association for. Web access into member services gives agents a direct connection to their data and financial information. A time saver for members and staff. Allows staff to focus on larger projects without constant interruption. And complete availability. IMS is available 24/7, so that in the event an agent is suspended for non-payment, they can log in and pay and be automatically reactivated without staff intervention. This includes weekends and after hours. What services are available on IMS? Here is a sampling of services available. Update member profile. Allows agents to update their personal information. Process payments. They can log in and make payments such as dues or MLS fees. Agent office search. Provides a real-time roster of agents and offices. This can also be available for the general public on your homepage. Broadcast message. Gives the staff the ability to post a message that will be seen when they log into IMS. Register for classes and events. Lets you take staff out of the equation and gives your agents the ability to register or cancel registrations online. Make contributions. Increase your PAC contributions by giving agents the ability to contribute either through payment of their dues or directly. And the store. If you license our inventory module and online store, you can set up your store items for purchase.
Now that we've defined the benefits and services of IMS, let's get into some customization. IMS is highly configurable. The configuration settings can be changed instantly directly through Magic's IMS Setup Manager. I'll show you an example. On the left side of the screen is the IMS main menu. On the right side is the configuration settings that you can control within Magic. Some of the configuration settings that you can do are rename the service link. It currently says pay your dues. You can rename the display name to something else like pay your bill here. Once you save, it'll immediately reflect your changes on the main menu. Services can be turned on and off. You can change the status of a service to disable it and even post an inactive message. You can define a service as available to the members only or available to the general public. You can format your services into menu groups. You'll notice I have two menu groups on my IMS main menu, Personal Services and Financial Services. Within the menu groups, you can sort the services individually. 1, 2, 3, it's that easy. And there's more. Nicole?
Thank you, Mark. That was very informative. Does your association have links to other websites available on your homepage? With IMS, you have the availability to add those links to your main menu for more visibility. As an example of this would be, let's say, a link to Office Depot, where agents could receive an association discount on their order. This is set up in Magic as an external service. This can be displayed on the main menu as a link, an image, or both. Here's an example of a link and image on your main menu.
Customizing access preferences allows your organization to further define how your membership can interact with IMS. Here's some examples. Under login preferences, you can define whether you want to allow non-member access, display a forgot your password link, and even give a hint for their login. Personal information preferences can cover things like, do you allow a password change? Can they upload a picture or change their billing preferences? Under email preferences, you can define whether their emails can be modified through the member profile. There are many other preferences that we can't possibly demonstrate in this presentation, but a few that I'd like to cover are configuring an online application for both members and non-members, the auto-generation of invoices for new members, the ability to change the colors and fonts. You can even customize your emailed receipt message that the agents receive when they make a payment online or register for classes. Nicole, can you show us the store view?
Absolutely. With your Internet store, you can configure how your items will display. In this example, we have our list view showing the product categories. You can click on the category names to see the products listed under them. You can provide a detailed description of each item and a photo. In addition, you can group like items such as t-shirts. With the many different colors and size variations, you can group them in one convenient location. Here's an example of inventory items with pictures and descriptions with our 4 across list. You can configure your IMS class and event settings as well. Allow registration on IMS, reducing staff time for manual registrations. Set registrations for members or public. Determine who can and cannot register for the class or event. Add registration information file. Create a document to give more details as to what the class or event is about. And finally, set acknowledgement with required with label. This allows you to create a document such as a cancellation policy that they must acknowledge that they've read. You can customize the verbiage on the button they must click to continue.
Okay, that was a lot of information, so let's summarize. These are things that you can configure instantly within Magic and it will make a change on your IMS site. Some of those settings that we just covered are general IMS configuration, like the renaming of a hyperlink or service, the ability to add external services, or turn a service on or off. Under the Preferences configuration, you can post a password hint, allow picture upload, allow for non-member access, or even configure your online membership application. Under the Store configuration, we defined how to create multiple views of your inventory. And then under the Class and Events configuration, we can define whether an acknowledgement was required or upload additional documents related to the specific event, like a marketing flyer or cancellation policy.
Okay, Mark, enough with the basics. Let's put their webmasters to work and customize.
All right, Nicole. Let's show our audience some real-world examples of advanced customization that some of our customers are currently doing today. Framing is a very popular feature. By framing IMS services into the organization's existing website, the user does not need to navigate away to a separate menu of services. In this example, the association is framing the login service into their existing website.
IMS comes standard with login and main menu screens, but we give you the ability to create custom screens to better fit the look and feel of your IMS site. Here are some great examples of custom login screens created by our customers. As you can see, there is a wide variety of customizations available.
I really like this feature. This is going to be a redirect to a custom main menu. What this customer did is combine key elements of the main menu and the member profile into an entirely custom main menu page that incorporates many features of IMS. For example, right down the middle of the screen, you see the member's profile, their photo, their license number, all of their IDs, and the personal information about that member. On the left side, there's direct call links to existing IMS services like View or Pay My Account, events and class registration. And then finally on the right side, there's external links to additional custom services like zip forms and marketing statistics. This customer did a great job of creating a custom main menu.
It's been our experience that associations prefer a calendar view for displaying events and classes. This can be accomplished via direct call links. With direct call links, you can call a specific service from IMS from your website. In this example, we have a class highlighted on the calendar. Once we click on the class, we get to a more detailed description of the class, and if we click on the link to register, it takes us directly into IMS for this one specific class registration. Please keep in mind that direct call links can be configured for more than just events and classes.
Okay, that was a lot of information, so let's summarize. These are advanced customization of IMS. The things we covered were framing, or inserting services into your existing website, a custom login control that fits seamlessly within your existing website, redirecting to a custom main menu, or incorporating the different pieces of IMS into one custom main page, and direct call links, links that will take the user directly into an existing service. That was a lot of information. Nicole, how do we get some help?
Well, I'm here to tell you, Mark. In our help section in Magic, we have a Internet Member Services supplement. In order to get to that particular documentation, you're going to go into Magic and navigate to the Help menu and go into the Documentation section. This will take you to the Documentation section, and the Internet Member Services is there on the bottom right-hand corner. This particular document provides a wealth of information regarding Internet Member Services setup, etc., and things that we've covered in this presentation. The IMS customization document. You all should have received this in the mail prior to the webinar. This is the document you're going to give your webmaster to perform the more advanced customization things that we've talked about today. And our Magic Resource Center. You can navigate to the Resource Center from Magic under our Help menu and then About Support. And you'll see the Magic Resource Center button there, which will take you directly to our Resource Center website. And under the Magic Support articles is where you'll find the information regarding IMS as well as all other aspects of Magic. And finally, our Support Center. We have a well-trained, experienced, and professional staff ready to assist you. This includes our Magic Support Department, technical staff, programmers, our sales team, and accounting.
Thanks, Nicole. There's a wealth of help out there. That concludes our webinar presentation on the ability to customize IMS services. I'm sure the audience out there has a lot of questions, Nicole. Anybody out there want to prompt us for a question?
Okay, here's our first question. How would they get into IMS if they were the general public?
You want me to take that one?
Yes.
Okay. So if you want, the question is how would they get into IMS if they were a member of the general public? There is a non-member application that you can post. Every person that accesses IMS needs a user ID and password. You can display a non-member application, basic information that the general public would need to fill out, and then they could log directly in and view the services that you deemed as public. So they could register for classes or pay their bill or any service that you want the public to have access to.
Excellent.
Another question?
Excellent.
You better read it. My eyes can't see.
Okay, here's our next question. When you mentioned that you can have Office Depot, etc. included on the IMS, is that SSO program or just IMS? I'll go ahead and take that one.
Thanks, Nicole.
That actually is not an SSO. That is basically putting the link on the main menu. So as you would be able to, on a regular web page, navigate to that particular site, you're basically doing the same thing. You're taking that URL and you're just adding it to your main menu and giving it a description. So it is not necessary to have SSO to get into that type of sit at site.
Who makes the changes to IMS, the staff or the IT person? That should probably be your Rapattoni administrator or your IT person. Remember, any of these changes that you make reflect on IMS instantly. So before making changes, you should probably review with your IT director or your Rapattoni administrator. If, of course, you need any help, please contact support. We'd be happy to walk you through the process.
Okay, our next question. Can you go over how to accept internet applications for membership? Can changes be made to what fields are on the application? How do we charge an application fee that they have to pay along with their dues? Excellent questions, and we can answer them individually. To answer the first question, can changes be made to what fields are on the application? The answer to that is yes. That is something that our staff department or support department will have to do for you, but yes, there is some customization to that form, so please give support a call. How do we charge an application fee that they have to pay along with their dues? We can set it up to where just as a new member walking into your association, when you put them in the system and it automatically prompts you to create an invoice and pay it, we can set it up to do the same on IMS. Right. You just need to give support a call and we can help you set that up.
Instructions for configuring that are also in the Internet Member Services Supplement, but if you're struggling with it, please give us a call. You're going to have to read them, Nicole.
Okay.
My eyes are not working, sorry.
All right, our next question is direct call links, custom login. Are these in the latest version of Magic that you are talking about? The answer to that is yes. They are all in the latest version that we're talking about. The IMS customization document is the one that will specify how these are done. And that's the document that you'd want to give your webmaster. And in addition, if they have questions, they can give our support department a call, and we'll get them in touch with programming. For those of you that did not receive the customization document, we will make sure that every attendee on this list will be receiving, we'll send that out again for you just to make sure. If you still don't receive it, please contact support at support@rapattoni.com, and we will make sure that that document is emailed to you. Okay, that concludes our question and answer session. If we did not get to your question specifically, please make sure, or please know that we will get to you individually after the presentation. In addition, if you have questions after this webinar is done, go ahead and send your questions to webinars@rapattoni.com. And in addition, please note that this webinar will be recorded and will be available on our website in the Magic Resource Center under the Training and Webinar section.
Rapattoni News! Get your Rapattoni News!
Okay, Rapattoni News is a brand new feature that we're going to start to include at the end of each of our webinars. Rapattoni News may include anything of interest that we may want to share with you. It might be a sneak peek into features we're currently working on, or just to talk about upcoming events. So what's in this edition of Rapattoni News? Well, first of all, let's talk about our next webinar. It's going to be on November 22nd, the topic being reconciling your bank statement with NRDS. We know that we're right smack in the middle of due season, and everybody's receiving many credit card payments. In this webinar, we're going to find out how to compare your credit card transaction reports using Magic and e-commerce to quickly reconcile.
And last but certainly not least, we hope to see you at the NAR convention next month. We will have a booth on the convention floor, so please stop by and say hello. We'd love to see you. This concludes our presentation. We thank you for your time, and we hope this information was beneficial. And as always, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact support.
See you in Anaheim. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.